Today I'm going to take you on a bike ride to find a beach where you can be away from the crowds and the chaos of South Beach, right? And we're going to start right here on Brickell Avenue here in Miami. So all you need is any kind of bike. You don't need a special road bike or anything like that. The bike ride itself does go on the road with traffic, but there's also some bike paths as well. And you're going to get to go to a really quiet place where there's wildlife, there's the ocean, there's a beach, there's a lighthouse, and it's just great. So come along and enjoy the ride. So as the commercial area sort of fades behind you with all the big skyscrapers and businesses, you'll start to come by a slightly quieter section of the road. We've got some apartment complexes and the traffic kind of thins out a little bit as well. But the views are just incredible. You've got palm trees everywhere you look because you're in Florida. So very soon you'll come to this junction and you'll see in front of you this sign here, which is basically telling us that the lighthouse and the Florida Heritage is down this way, and you can see a big sign off in the distance that says Key Biscayne, and that's where we're heading. We're all grown adults, right? So everyone's going to do what they feel most confident doing. Personally, I mean, I don't wear a helmet. I'm not from the US, so I tend to stick to the pedestrian crossway on this intersection just because I feel a little safer. So you do you, but I'm just going to play it safe. Sure if you're going to be able to hear me because it's super windy, so plus the traffic. I'm going to do some subtitles to this video, but after a really beautiful stretch there's a really steep bridge and it's not easy, especially in this heat, but the views that you get of this city are amazing as you come over here. Just look at that. Out of breath, I'm probably going to stop. Just take your time. You'll get there in the end. This is the top of the bridge. My heart is beating in my chest. Look at that view. How amazing is that? Once you come down from the bridge, for the next couple of miles it's pretty flat and you're following this green bike. So the next phase of the bike path, you're coming through like a dual carriageway. Where on one side it's you and the traffic in your direction, and then you can see there's like a barrier of palm trees and jungle plants, and then on the other side is the other way. We're now on the Great Florida Birding Trail, so for wildlife enthusiasts this is a really good place to be, especially in the spring and the fall if you want to look for migrating birds. It's a bit quieter, but there's still cars whizzing past, so you've got to be super careful. At this point you are just outside of Key Biscayne, in an area known as Crandon Park. You start to see lots of gas stations, pharmacies, food outlets. After town, you'll come past a few hotels and then you'll see the sign saying welcome to Cape Florida, and this is where you want to be. So it's a pretty short bike ride to go straight to the lighthouse and beach, but there are some really cool trails which I'm going to show you. But pretty much just after the entrance, you'll see that the car lane veers off in one direction where people pay their entry, and there's a separate pedestrian and bike path. The hours of the park are 8 AM until sunset, so obviously that's going to change throughout the year, so don't leave too early, but I would suggest coming for when it opens if you want to make the most of it. So there is a fee payable. So you keep this one on you as proof of payment, and this one is going to get dropped off just in here, like that. I've got my pass, I'm good to go. Miles and miles of trails for hiking, you get a lot of running, and also for bikes. Now I'm sticking to the paved trails because I have my bike with me, but there are some gravel trails as well if you want to go to some quieter areas, a little bit more secluded. Harbour is a great place to hang out. You've got the grill there if you want to just chill out and have a beer or have some food, but there's also wildlife here as well. There's manatees sometimes in the bay and loads of fish as well. There's information boards everywhere where you can see what's in the area if you want to spend some time looking out for it. This place is so cool. So as you come out of the harbour, you can see the signs warning the boats to stay at slow speeds because there's manatees in the area, and there's a few lookout points like this one where you can just look out at the harbour and also out further to the ocean as well, where you see all the yachts and the boats and things, and there's some really colourful fish in the sea. It's super duper cool, and yeah, it's just nice to feel like you're in a little bit of escape from the chaos and hustle and bustle of the city of Miami as well. Once you get to the beach area, there's a huge parking lot which I have never seen with more than a handful of cars in, and then there's this info board so you can see a map of the park. There's also some information about sea turtles because they can be found on the beaches here. Just some tips and like some conservation information. I haven't actually seen a place to park the bike though, but I think that's just because I haven't really looked very well, so I'm actually going to just push the bike onto the beach. But yeah, come and so after a tiny little walk through some beautiful sand dunes, you see the crashing ocean, and you've got this amazing view of the Florida lighthouse. And there's not many people here today. There is rentals if you want like a chair or umbrella. I think at the moment it's $15 for both, or just $10 for the chair. But you don't need that. I've got a towel, and there's literally like 5 people on the beach, so I'm going to place my towel down and enjoy the sunshine. Pretty steep. I'm going to write on the screen out exactly how many steps there are. But it's a good leg workout. And there's the light. So you can go all the way to the top and you're in a dome that you can see down on the beach and see the actual light. It's pretty cool. But I think it's time I went down a level and went out on the view. It's pretty restrictive. That's a steep staircase. I think I'll take it. So, obviously upstairs is the amazing light bulb. Here we have a door. Let's go out and check out these. So you can see the beach that I was just at, and look at the views of my home. It's super windy, so I'm going to give you subtitles, but you can see the beach that I was just at. You can see all the way you bike all the way through the state park and below. There are amazing views of my home. They also have some information about Bill Baggs, who was the guy who this park is named after, which is really cool as well, so you can read up on your history. They have some really cool memorabilia from the original work of the lighthouse, and lots of information plaques as well in this little plaza just outside. So right by the beach, if you go down to beach access 6, there's lots of different ones. I'm going to show you a map now. That's where you'll find the Lighthouse Cafe. So obviously you've got the grill on the other side, which is if you want like a bigger meal. This place does like French toast, eggs, sandwiches, that kind of thing. And I just got a soda because I'm super hot to cool down. Okay, so wildlife, lighthouse, secret beach, nature trails, hiking, cycling, kayaking, wildlife viewing and swimming. I think it's safe to say Bilbao State Park has a lot to offer, and just a 15-minute drive from Miami, an hour and a half bike ride, this is where it's at. So is it Miami's best kept secret? Probably not, but it's definitely worth the time. And there's a huge hotel making so much noise right in front of me, which is really pissing me off. But yeah, check it out. Don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. See you soon. Not only was I treated to this incredible view of Miami skyline, but I also just got to watch those two dolphins that I'd seen earlier jump in right in front of the skyline. I think I've got it on GoPro. It's going to be low quality, but just have a little look. It was so amazing, and Miami's amazing, and I think that you really need to get out of the city and explore all the wild nature and wildlife that you have right on your doorstep or right on your vacation home.